absolutely say no to anything less than meets the depth of your heart's longing. When men come and approach you, right, or wanting to date with you, you give them the little eye contact and you check out, do they have a modicum of presence? If they do, you give a little bit of your radiance. If they show in that offering of their radiance, they don't, right? If they don't just go into that immediately, but then they meet you with a depth of presence, then you give them a little bit more. Then you entertain the next step. If there's a collapse in that, right, then you just, thank you, I appreciate you asking me for a date, but I'm not available. And you give them an honor. You honor the man for taking a chance, right? You don't want to knock a man down for taking a chance, or a woman down for taking a step forward. You never want to do that, because it takes courage for any person to approach another person, correct? It takes a lot of courage. So you don't want to knock them down, but if you feel there's an opportunity there, and you feel there's a depth, like I said, after the first, second date, then have it a social gathering, go see a movie together with a bunch of friends and all that, then get reflection afterwards. And that's ultimately that holding yourself that way. You're telling the universe you are emanating what you're wanting. What will happen is you do that, those less men at the top there who are doing that, and what will happen is the field of resonance that you put out, what will start to happen is you'll have a caliber of consciousness that meets the caliber of your radiance.
And go to Berkeley.
Okay.
Go to Northern California, there's more of them there.
And I have to tell you something. Alberta has got some of the most solid, Suzanne and I, we teach internationally. No shit, no BS. Alberta's got some of the most, Edmonton and Calgary, and wherever we've been, got some of the most solid, hardworking, integral men, as in numbers more than I've seen really anywhere.
I would agree with that.
And I'll tell you why. I think there's something about this land, and they may not be, like, for example, we go to California and a lot of guys can talk spiritual talk, right? But there's something about the cowboy energy that's still here. There's something about the foundational energy that's here. So they may not know anything about spirituality or any of this, or they just maybe, hey, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's what you're looking for, because it may not be a spoken spirituality. And I don't know, I don't care about that stuff. That doesn't mean a big deal. Whatever, that's just woo stuff. But if they're embodying presence, direction, a bigger purpose, that's the type of guy. Anything less will bore you.
I would say that for, in Calgary here, there's a lot of very successful women. A lot of women who have come far in being able to go out there and make things happen. And very, very smart, very strong, very powerful in their work sense women. That has taken a toll on your feminine body. That has taken a toll on your feminine light and radiance. And so, because of that, the light has become dim. And we aren't able to see the presence that's out there because our light is so dim. What we need to do is we need to work on developing that light so that it can become not only a beacon for them to see us, those present men that are all out there, but for us to be able to be illuminated so that we can see what's out there as well. And so I think the attention, I would invite the intention to be even more so a practice on developing our radiance, shutting the door to looking for presence out there until our level of radiance that we're expecting their level of presence to be at is at that level. And until then, we can't open the door to go out and look for them. We're not ready. We're not ready. And it's almost a injustice to us both to walk out there because we're stumbling and they're like, are you there? Are you not? Are you there? Are you not there? It's not a readiness. It's a preparation that is the time for that. And like Satyan said, to create, having other women around us. You have a goddess over here that said, go to Berkeley. Okay, well, if you look at her, for instance, it's not just happenstance that she found her man. She's radiant. If you could see, I'm just choosing you right now. There's many of us here, but radiant. And she's got her, it's like, woo, right. So of course you're going to attract a reciprocal who is more present there. So a woman such as this, expecting
ecstasy waiting.
Ecstasy waiting. You want to have more ecstasy waiting women around you. That you won't go out and seek a man. You're just doing your thing. You're preparing yourself.
That's right.
And when you are prepared, she will know it. And then she'll say, okay, I've got a guy for you now. It's time for you to go and meet him. You don't look. You let her choose for you. But you've got to find women like this and around you.